They do not know the rising towers of Hillbrow. They do not know the sprawling suburbs of the north. They do not know the sweet sounds of isiXhosa, Afrikaans, Sesotho. They do not know our ways. They do not know our people. They do not know us. We are not waiting for permission. We are not asking to be seen. We are our own region. We are SSA, RSC Johannesburg, RSC Nairobi, RSC Saint-Denis. This is not just a league, it is a movement. 4 seasons deep, and we are only just beginning. We train on 200 ping. We grind through blackout. We fight through silence. And we win anyway. This is Sub-Saharan Africa. This is our fight. This is Season 4.
This is our fight. This is Season 4, and it begins now. Oh my word, I love that video so much. It gets me so hyped. Welcome to Draft Day. I am Greybeard, but as some people have begun calling me, they also call me Philippe. Philippe Rosette, for obvious reasons. But with me, of course, is the Bromeo. Bromeo, it's Draft Day.
It's blooming well Draft Day, and oh man, I've been waiting for this day for so long that now that it's finally here, I'm not sure what to do with myself. So I've been sitting here all day, you know, bouncing like this. This is what this is me.
So if you're watching this on the Greybeard stream, we're doing a call together, or stream together, I beg your pardon, which means it's going out on both channels. So if you are here on Greybeard's channel, you'll see at the bottom of the screen, you can just right away go and click the RSC stream so you can come on over and make sure you're following here so you miss none of the action throughout the course of the season. So, Bromeo, what on earth are we doing here? Why are we even here?
Well, there's a lot to unpack, and I hope you guys have been following this throughout in the last couple of weeks. But if you haven't, it doesn't matter. I am here to explain from the beginning. Sign-ups opened in the beginning of June and only just recently closed. And last weekend, we had the draft lottery where the orgs themselves, the franchises in RSC, determined who gets to pick first in each respective tier. So where we are today is draft day, and if the 150 odd people sitting in this chat do not know what draft day is, my friend, you are missing out. Today is the day that if you signed up for RSC, you get picked.
So speaking of chat and all the people that are currently viewing, it's so amazing to see the number of people, all the returning names, the names we know so well from last season. And normally we start off streams by calling out all the people in chat, but it would take forever if we did that. But we see Killer Code and Mercury. We see the return of Popcorn, which is amazing. Popcorn was a big feature from last season. Syntax, Arklo, iFlyaware. I mean, it is so awesome that we are here again doing this. So draft day, we are gonna pick you. If you've signed up, you will be picked. 279, I believe, Bromeo, at the last count.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive. That is correct. And we've done so much to squeeze every last person who signed up in. I was even getting DMs today. Hey, can I sign up for RSC? We've had this open for the last couple of months. So if you still want to play RSC, do not fret, actually, because tomorrow you will be able to sign up as a permanent free agent, which means you're not getting drafted tonight. Sorry. Let's get that out the window. But you can still participate as a permanent free agent. And what that means is that you become a sub, basically. For any of the orgs who need a player, you can sign up for that, which means you can still participate. You can still draw some Rocket League. But unfortunately, you won't be drafted tonight.
But you will still be involved. And this is all being brought to you by, we have two major sponsors, two major backers that are playing a huge role in making this all possible. The first is the return of Genisus Extreme. They were here with us last season. They upped the level of our broadcast of all RSC streams. They're with us again for the entirety of season 4 of RSC. So welcome back, Genisus Extreme. The two key people there, of course, Desolation and Deploy, making sure the stream runs smoothly and looks exceptional. And then our prize pool sponsor, Slayer Energy Drink. And what an introduction, or what an addition to the RSC having Slayer is. And they bought into the whole concept of RSC immediately. They see the potential in it and put together a community competition to put together or to design a community design can of Slayer Energy, gaming themed gamer serum, GG's gamer serum. So how this works is Slayer have guaranteed a prize pool of 15,000 Rand. However, this limited edition can, every case of that limited edition can sold adds 50 Rand to the prize pool. 20% of the purchase price goes to the prize pool. So as it stands right now, 30 cases of that, and these are pre-ordered. They're in production right now, and we haven't even started league play yet. 30 cases of that limited edition can have been sold. So the prize pool as it stands is 16,500 Rand. And you'll see a little QR code off to the right there. If you scan that, it'll take you straight to the order page. You can make this the biggest prize pool that RSC has ever had. We want to smash the limited edition. So Genisus Extreme, Slayer Energy, thank you for being there. We are thrilled to have you, and this is being built on through the efforts and the sweat, Bromeo, of so many people in this community. I mean, I was looking just at the start. There was a little bit of graphic there from Dank Avocado, who did the original Slayer announcement video, Silver, who did the awesome little stinger you're seeing here, and then of course, S Falcon, Rabbit, people in the background, yourself, myself. There's just so many people building this awesome thing. All right, so I feel like we've got the technicalities out the way. Let's get to what the draft lottery is. So first and foremost is we have to decide, or it has to be determined, the order in which orgs can pick players. All the players have entered into a big pool, been separated into their ranked tiers, and then the orgs have studied the players that are in there. They've decided who they would like their first prize, and if we can't get that guy, who's second, who's third. And then the orgs each have a turn to pick. But who gets to pick first? So, Bromeo, I'm going to hand that over to you in terms of how most people in the chat right now will have an idea of what happened. They will have seen the draft lottery, but what is this all about?
Well, it would be much easier to simply show you, Greybeard, as you can see here. What went down last weekend was a monumental pony race. You can see Deathcloud Esports, who actually started last, pulling their way through past White Rabbit Gaming here for a photo finish, and that is how they established the first pick of the draft lottery and how they established their first choice. Right over the line there, you saw Shadow coming in third, Monarch and AZG fourth and fifth. And overall, everybody crossed the line, I think it was, except for Cosmico. So shame to them, unfortunately, but there always has to be one. So what you're having a look at right here, right now, is the results from the draft lottery last weekend. How they finished means how they can pick tonight. So depending on how they finished here, determined the pick bags that they got, determined the pick orders for Prospect, Rival, Elite, Master. So in essence, they ran those little ponies off so that they could get first pick at you tonight.
And you mentioned that Deathcloud started last and finished first, but by contrast, Cosmico were out the gate first and finished last. So it's not how you start. Let that be a lesson for the upcoming season here. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So Cosmico will take heart in that, and Deathcloud let that serve as a warning to you. You were out there, you finished first, you're starting first with the picks. But there's a lot of league work to do. So now that the picking order has been determined, now we kind of get to see how this works. And Bromeo, take us through what that is.
Well, if you notice that cute little chocolate horsey that Deathcloud Esports were riding on there, that allowed them to pick first. And what that first pick meant to them was that they picked a 10th start in Prospect, 9th in Rival, 1st in Elite, and 2nd overall in Master, which means they were going for a very strong upper tier start, and that allows these strategies to happen. By contrast, you saw Genisus elected to go for a first round start in Rival, first pick, and Monarch, who also finished in the top 3, I think, 3 or 4, they went for first round pick in Prospect. So you can see all of these strategies developing and all these theories as how best to pick you, the player, here tonight. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. All of these are mathematically the same, and so how they apply them is how they get the advantage. So it is down to the cunning, the guile, and the leadership of these managers here tonight as they pick every single player that signed up, Greybeard.
So what this means is, everybody, you got to strap in. 279 odd players that we have to get through. All of those who signed up and were verified will be picked right here and kind of right now, over the next little while of right now. So let's get that underway. And Deathcloud are going to have the first pick. So let's hear a bit more about Deathcloud.
We are founded on community. We had nothing else to start us up apart from a few people with a dream and spreading that as far as it goes. In esports, for everyone, whether you're a player, caster, manager, no matter what it is, the more people you know, the more people you work with, the more doors you open, the better opportunities you're likely to have. And for us as an org, we feel that we can benefit a lot from learning a lot more about the SSA community and getting more players involved with us. And we hope we can help you the same way around.
RSC is 4 tiers, 4 different rank tiers. So you are grouped according to your skill. And now we're going to get an explanation of where each starts, where each ends, and how it all works.
Well, there has to be a beginning and there has to be an end. So we're starting here tonight with Prospect, and they are the babies of the group. They are players like you and me. Well, not you, Greybeard, but me, definitely. I'm going Prospect 4 seasons in a row. Let's go. So please press 1 in chat for all you Prospect boys out there, because you guys are up getting picked first. So if you're within the range of 1,000 to 1,265 MMR, that is where you're going to be ending up tonight. You will be being picked up first, followed quickly by Rival. This is 2 in the chat for everybody who is coming out of Rival. This is 1270 to 1505, and I think that is just on the cusp of GC, if I'm not mistaken there, GB.
Yes, indeed. That's around 14, yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting pretty sweaty at this point, and where the sweats really start coming out is Elite. Bottom left in green there, 1510 to 1685s. These are all firm GCs at this point, and 3 in chat for all the elites out there. But what everybody is probably waiting for, wondering, is where the sweatiest of the sweaties go, and where the hardest RL guys end up, and that is Master. And that is basically your 1690 all the way up to SSL's highest tiers. We cap it at 2000 because at that point, nobody's even counting anymore. You're good at the game. We know this. We don't need to tell you anymore. So what all of these mean is that this is your value this season to the org that you're picking up, and that is what they have to fit into their team budget to pick you. So it doesn't matter if you're 1,000 MMR or 2,000 MMR, you are getting picked tonight, and you will find yourself into a team.
And that and that brings an important point there, Bromeo, because it's not even if you have advantageous picks, you can't just pick all the best players in any tier, because you're going to run out of available budget.
100%. So that is what you need to consider, is that not the best of the best are being picked up. Even players like myself will be rostered, because that means that there is more space in the team for expensive players. So balance it out. But we have got another team that we'd like to show off now. Coming in second is WRG, White Rabbit Gaming.
Community has always been a part of what Rabbit Gaming do and who we are. It is key for the sustainability of esports that we continue growing communities all over, not only engaging in those who play, but also those who want to play, those who want to cheer us on. This is a simple, beneficial relationship, as the players get to play under a big org name and get advice and tools to enhance their game, and in return, we get to be part of something bigger than the brand.
Romeo, should we get that? Let's get down to business.
Well, we're having a look here at the first round picks for Prospect. Monarch Realm elected to go for first, and here they are tonight. So to kick off draft day tonight, Greybeard, Monarch is going to pick the first player. Everything you're going to see here tonight is going to be here on this screen. In the bottom, you can see who is currently picking, following, and you can see who is next, as well as who just went before. You can see this is round one. Pick one. Each round has 10 players, and it goes up. So you can see there will be possibly 6 or 7 rounds per tier, depending on how many players that signed up. But that's all you need to know. Just know that if you're in Prospect, you're being picked up. Creven, the first man to be selected in this year's RSC at 12:45, he goes to Monarch Realm.
Scoring so far in RSC, 35 goals, 53 demos, 52% win rate, 16 assists, 48 saves, 36 games. He goes to Monarch Realm. Picking next is Unity. And then after this will be Ox Gaming. So Creven, well done. You will forever be known as the first pick in season 4 of RSC. And now Unity get to pick their season 4 pick for Prospect, and we await that with a bated breath.
Well, it's going to be slow to start, but it is Atomic Bomb. Second pick overall, 11:45, and I think that is Champ 1. So again, what I'm loving out of all of this is that we're seeing all of the game stats, all of the previous stats, especially if they've played RSC before, because those are the stats you are seeing right now. Is all of these players who have played RSC are getting stats like Dark Adept, 13 goals, 10 assists, 12 demos, 41 saves, and a 46.15% win rate. So Ox Gaming picking up Dark Adept.
Man, this is amazing. I played Dark Adept not two days ago. We were in a lobby together, and he was telling me how excited he was for this. So he goes to Ox Gaming. Next up, new entrant into RSC, Omnius Gaming. They are legends in the South African esports scene. First time in RSC, big entrance into Rocket League. Pixel Glitch, who I played Rocket League with last night.
GB, I feel like you played Rocket League with everybody, but Pixel Glitch, welcome into the fold. It is now Cosmico Esports to pick. And let's see who they go for. I know that all of these first picks are a little bit nervy, but they go for Berserker ZA at 12:35 CMV. He is a big pick. And he obviously didn't play much because he hasn't scored too many goals, got too many assists, but they obviously see something in him. So congratulations to you, and Cosmico has had their first pick.
Man, the guys in the background, S Falcon and Rabbit they're rocking through these picks. I remember last year we at least had we had a whole bunch of time to talk. Alex Defatek, another RSC and Rocket League legend in SSA, 26 goals, 66 demos, 17 assists, 24 saves, 35 games. He will be playing for the legendary Genisus, and aren't we thrilled to have them an RLCS Esport org into RSC? Alex goes to them.
Well, Alex Defatek, the Batman, the man himself, gets picked up first round. That is not a surprise. He is a local legend. And now it's on to White Rabbit, who picked Destroyer to their ranks. He is a new sign-up. He is debuting for the first time into RSC this season. So welcome, Destroyer. You can go and tell your parents now you were a first-round pick. You matter, sir.
And to be more accurate, Destroyer 076624. Not to be confused with Destroyer 076623. And Muchuk. Oh, okay. Well, this is a big shock. Well, he's a standard pick, right?
So he is a keeper pick. He is somebody who had to be picked because he is the GM for Shadow Esports. So that's something that you do need to keep in mind, is that even if you're in a management position, you can still play for RSC. So Machuk being their first selection in Prospect. And no surprise there, as Azura Gaming doing the same thing for their general manager, who is being picked up by Azura Gaming, and that is Silver.
And not just a player, Silver. Silver also becoming a legend in RSC and in the community at large. Does a lot of work with RSC in the community in the background, and such an asset to what we're building here. So shout out to Silver.
See who's coming up now. It is for Death Cloud, the 10th pick, the last org to take a pick. And remember, they're the ones who won the little horsey race, and they pick up Karma at 1265, which is a very expensive player. So they're going for their all-star first up. They've got a plan they must do, but that is your first round. Every single org now has had a first pick, and now they are rotating. It is a snaking order, so it is Death Cloud Esports to go again.
To quickly explain what that is, so if you picked first in round 1, you picked last in round 2, and vice versa. So the previous pick was Death Cloud Esport picking up Karma. My Karma rode over your Dogma, and they will get to Tox. Wow, that went quick. Tox being picked up by Death Cloud.
Well, there you have it, Tox. Welcome to Death Cloud Esports. As we start seeing the pace picking up, Shadow Esports picked up Machuk in the first round. You can see over there. And the high frequency is going to join him. So things are heating up. We can start seeing the strategies develop.
17 assists, 10 demos, 11 goals, 75% win rate out of 24 games. The high frequency goes to Shadow. Next up, Ox Gaming with their round 2 pick in the prospect tier, and they picked up Dark Adept in the first round, so that's their roster so far. Dark Adept and
Zoro 47.
Zwaro 47. And I didn't see if he had previous stats. I think he might have been a new entrant into RSC. He gets picked up by Ox Gaming in round 2 of the pick.
Well, here we go. White Rabbit Gaming already having picked up Destroyer. Now pick up Slowpokes, and a former teammate of mine also. A legend in the scene. 62.5% win rate. He is a winner. And WRG are doing good to pick him up. So, to join Alex DeFatek on Genisus now, as they are up to their second pick number 15. And Greybeard, who do you think is going to be picked with this man?
Yeah, thanks, Bromeo. Out of our call.
Sure. No. Call it, because they're picking legends.
The Bromeo. No, it's gonna be Coolid ZA 1095 CMV. First time, an RSC debutant.
Well, Atomic Bomb now getting to see who he is playing with for the rest of the seasons with Unity Esports. And Atomic Bomb is mid of the range, so he's like a decent player. And they're picking up another 1100 CMV players with Taylor Prime, a repick from Unity, because I think he played Unity Season 1. So Unity going for the people they know and love.
And then we move to Omnius Gaming, new entrant into RSC as an org. Pixel Glitch was their first round pick. And then in round 2, they're going to go with Yannick Fromge playing RSC for the first time.
Well, not playing RSC for the first time. He comes out of EU. He is a franchise manager that side of the hill, but decided he couldn't get enough and is playing for Omnius now. Bruv joining Berserker at Cosmico. It is a keeper pick. He is their assistant general manager. So that is a pick that they were forced to make, but it seems like they're firing up for a pretty heavy team.
Jura Gaming getting to pick next. Oh, Bruv's good. I've run into him a few times. Urban Fenta, also frequent in all the chats. Good to see him picked up there by Azura. 3 goals, 3 demos. He's only played 8 games. No doubt he'll get a longer run this season.
Monarch Realm now picking Creven first overall for RSC Season 4 now to find out who he is playing alongside. So I'm sure there's a strategy here. Creven, a quality player, and they pick up Flace to play alongside him. 30 goals, 15 assists, 32 saves over 33 games. So class pickup there, and now WRG to select.
And to be accurate to that last pick, one place, y'all.
One place, y'all.
One place, y'all. And now we get to round 3. Each org has 2 players on their roster. So now they're picking up their third. Every org picking up their third. And White Rabbit Gaming coming out the gate with Barjack 7.
Oh, now that is a balanced outfit. Silver, even Fenter. Ooh, Zero Gaming boys are picking some of their own with the AZG community coming out strong. So it wouldn't be remiss to think that there would be another player coming out, and it is Dion, who is also part of the AZG community. So you can see it is tight. They're picking what they know, they're picking what they love, and I don't blame them at all.
Or Zitian.
Or just Dion.
No, I don't believe in a silent Z. We got to make Dion. I love Kittis picked by Cosmico, their third round pick to join Berserker and Bruv.
And now Omnius Gaming picking a good combination for Pixel Glitch and Yannick. And we're going to see who gets picked up. Now it is Lux, part of the bro community, and he is bringing out their third. So that is a solid pick. A low pick in round 3 shows that you're being very conservative with your selections. You're not going hard. You're establishing that you're at least got a strong, budget-friendly roster from the get-go. So now Shadow to pick.
To join Mutchuk and the high frequency round 3 pick from Shadow Esports. And I see Bruv in chat said we must remember the name I Love Kittis. So I'm saying that aloud so that I burn it into my brain and I will remember that. So there you go, bruv. Just following orders there. Zackerton, first time entrant by the look of it into RSC, will be joining Mutchuk and the high frequency.
Well, there you have it. Genisus Esports now picking up a third for Kulid and Alex DeFatak. And I'm interested to see who they pick now, because they picked someone high. They picked somebody mid-range, and now they're picking somebody also mid-range in Weaver to 104. That is 17 goals, 9 assists, 20 demos. So that is a solid pick. So Deathcloud now to pick somebody to accompany Karma and Toksh.
And I think that was 23 demos for Weaver out of 20 games or something. So it's around a demo game. So likes his demos, does Weaver 2104. Donald Demonics, there's a name we know, picked up by Deathcloud Esports.
Demonics, a long season campaigner of RSC, now being picked up by Deathcloud. And Ox to pick somebody to accompany Dark Adept and Zwaro. So far, a debutant and a Dark Adept. The Gatu Meow, a streamer in the community, often live streaming his games, and fantastic entertainment to watch. So remember the name this time for the Gatu Meow.
19 games, 28 demos. So he likes his demos even more than Weaver. Now we move to Unity Esport for their round 3 pick in Prospect, joining Atomic Bomb and Taylor Prime. The Bromeo, my word, Unity lost their minds. They've gone with you, Bromeo.
I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what they were smoking, but it doesn't matter. I'm Unity all the way. So this stream has unfortunately been hijacked by Unity now. I shall be repping them for the rest of this. So well picked, boys.
Monarch Realm into round 3. We won't make too much of the fact that it was a round 3 pick. Balam Marshard is being picked up by a Monarch for their round 3, joining One Place, y'all, and Creven.
Heading now quickly into a video for Shadow Esports we'll pick up shortly.
basically a place where you can share experiences, you can support each other. If done well, it is a place to belong. It is basically a kind of second home. The benefits of Shadow Esports are quite clear. We are a franchise that has a lot of experience with management. We have shown we can get also the job done in terms of lifting championships as well.
And you know, I love Muchuk there in that video because he's such a quiet, understated person, but making big, bold claims there in his video.
he's the man that you don't see coming. He's done so much in the scene, and rest assured, if you get drafted by Shadow, he's got his eye on you, and he's made some calculations. So, as we now head into round 4, we see Deathcloud Esports has the first pick, and they are looking to join Karma, Toksh, and Demonic. So, let's...
as it stands now, Karma gonna be, I think he's the highest CMV, so he's got work to do. Keegs, I saw Keegs in chat. Keegs picked up by Deathcloud Esport.
Keegs been waiting patiently to be selected for such a long time at 1,000 CMV. Keegs, you now are belonging to Deathcloud Esports. So welcome. But now it is AZG to select for Tion Silva and Eben Fenta, and they pick up Suckers at the 1,000 CMV to balance the scales.
No, this is Afrikaans, so it's Suckers.
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 Well,
Joining.
It matters not. It matters not. But now, Ox Gaming have an interesting position because Zwara is quite low, Gatto is quite low, Noble to Noble's quite low. I feel like they're covering their bases low, so they're going to see who is high and sort of work around it. I can see the strategy. It's making sense. And with this aggressive picking, we'll see how it impacts the other teams, because other teams generally pick high and then work to low.
Noble Chernobyl, one of those names that is great to say as a caster. It rolls off very nicely. So what GD Gaming 0668, first time in RSC, joins White Rabbit Gaming. Welcome. For every single debutant here this season, welcome. You're going to have an absolute blast. And Genisus, absolute legends of the scene, and they're about to pick up another to join Alex de Fatak and his motley crew, and they pick up Aragorn's son at 1,000 CMV, and also currently the oldest known player in RSC. So sorry, Ara, I hate that that's your calling card, and that's, you know, what we know you for, but it's really good to know. I have to ask though, is it because we've also got Vinko in the mix, right? And he's not too far off. So I don't know if Ara's got him pipped or not, but that's another RSC player in his 50s, but we'll get to him eventually. Evan Thomas is picked by Cosmico
at 1245 CMV. That is a hefty pick. So they are starting to pull the punches now as Omnius are looking to see who accompanies them, and they're going Shinobili at 1200 CMV. That is a higher pick, so welcome. You are debutant into RSC, and let's hope this season cracks for you. So Shinobili joining Omnius.
And joining with Pixel Glitch as well. So yeah, pretty good roster forming there. I don't know how much money they've got left for their next round, but all the cheaper players going thick and fast. So good luck to Omnius next round. And then Shadow, their fourth pick is going to be Skippies at 1060.
Skippies, quite an economical player pick right now. Also a debutant into RSC, so welcome. It is now Unity to pick the arguably the best roster we've seen so far, with Atomic Bomb, Talot Prime, and the Bromeo. I'm not sure if you've heard any of those players, but they are really, really good.
Well, you say arguably, I'm happy to have that argument, but the round 4 pick for Unity is Raku-kun, 1060 CMV. Not a player I'm familiar with, and by the look of it, a first-time entrant into RSC.
There are a large amount of new entrants into RSC this year as we're breaking records, but Swifty Rocks joining Monarch Realm as a legend as well. He played last season and he was known for his demos and his saves. A very good support player, 10-15 CMV. He's economical and efficient.
I feel like you put yourself under pressure when you give yourself a name like Swifty Rocks, because then you're like, you have to rock all the time. I called myself Greybeard. That's easy. I just have to keep having a grey beard. And then picked up by Monarch Realm in round 5 is Jeffo ZA. Not to be confused with Jeff ZA. Jeffo ZA is picked by Monarch Realm.
Jeffo ZA is Jeff ZA's younger brother. Unofficially, we don't know if they're actually related, but we're going to go with it because it's good for content. So, Jeff's brother joining Monarch Realm and Black joining Azura Gaming. You're probably going to see about 6 players per org per tier. So, 5th being picked for AZG so far, and we're going to see shortly who gets picked by Shadow Esports. Machuk, unfortunately, having to pick himself first, but I can see the games being played as the Big Chopper at 1,000 CMV gets picked in 5th for Shadow Esports.
The Big Chopper. I do like that name. I'm not sure why, but I do.
I think it's Chopper.
Oh, we've just hit 200 viewers. Nah. Well done. Great to have you all here. The Big Chopper going to Shadow Esports, and then next Omnius Gaming joining Pixel Glitch, Ginobili, Yannick Fromage, and then Lux88 is Frenchie 14.
At 10-10 CMV is also one of the lower ranked players, so it's also nice to see Omnius striking up a balance there, as it's not so often seen where you get a nice balanced roster off the start, and Season 1 RSC was notorious for some very imbalanced teams. So now Cosmico, having picked up I Love Kitties last, is picking up Reshka at 1,000 CMV. So they're also picking from the lowest. Remember, as you go down, the pool is going to be slightly tighter. You can see at the bottom, that's ticking underneath you who's been picked and who hasn't. So all the ones in white have not been picked yet. So Genisus Esports now to pick a company to Alex Defatak, Ara, Kulit, and Weaver is Fog 21.
Fog 21, first time in RSC as well by the look of it. No previous stats, so welcome to it. We hope you have a banger of a season, Fog. Next up, White Rabbit Gaming with pick number 47 in round 4, joining Slowpokes, Destroyer, Barjack, and GD Gaming is going to be Big Ben Kahuna.
Big Ben Kahuna, also a campaigner, joined late last season, so only got used as a sub, but he is a really good player, very high up as well, so he is a marquee signing for WRG, as now Ox Gaming to pick somebody, and I feel like they have to go high here, because if they go low, no, they're going mid, King Demon 855 debuting for Ox Gaming, so welcome to the RSC.
King Demon. Next up is Unity Esport with their round 5 pick, joining Atomic Bomb, Taylor Prime, the Bromeo, and Raku Kun is gonna be Regal Tugboat.
I gotta say that if that's an Xbox name, it is a fantastic one, because Regal Tugboat, you just think of the tugboats and you're the best tugboat out there. So Regal Tugboat, glad to have you in the roster, and I look forward to playing alongside you. Welcome to the RSC. Deathcloud now to pick their 5th and final. So it is Chaos who is being picked up, and Greybeard, you were talking about him.
I was talking. Oh, sorry. I suddenly realized who there was, because I keep okay. That's Devour's dad, who may or may not be the oldest in RSC. I do think Ara has him pipped. But he was very nervous about joining RSC, but thrilled to have him, and he is going to have a banger of a time. And wherever he finds himself, he's going to be talking your ear off. And there he is, the Muzzler in Deathcloud Esport.
So Deathcloud picking up a 2nd pick in a row, and Muzz, the caster, also being picked by Deathcloud. They're going for names, and they are certainly getting them Unity now to pick as we are heading down the last amount of players. I can't see too many left at the bottom, but there's still Dafu, Yash, Natas 518 is the one, and at 1110 CMV is straight down the line middle, so welcome.
Natus 5108 joining Unity, Ox Gaming. Now, Ox Gaming and Unity were a combined org last season under Unitox. They went their separate ways, a very messy breakup, and now... No. Hold on.
Are there multiple
now I'm
chaos?
confused.
There's two chaoses.
There are two chaoses, and I think Chaos AD might be the chaos we were thinking of. So we're mixing up our...
Correct. There's so many chaoses. Absolute chaos on stream. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Gabriel, welcome to the RSC while we collect ourselves at 1000 CMV. And Debutante, welcome. WRG have picked you to run in their campaign. Now, Genisus picking their 6th. There should only be a couple left. You can see in the bottom, Joe Soap, King Varga, Kulith, TTV Dafu, and Yash. Eddie First as well. So there's still a couple.
Eddie First is coming up. No, it's not. Preston 107 is being picked by Genisus in round 6.
Preston at 1235 is a higher ranked player, so looking forward to seeing what you can bring to your squad this season. And welcome to the RSC. So Cosmico, a round 6 pick. And we're going to have a look here. Who are they going to pick? They picked Yash at 1195. So also... a person who played as a free agent previously, now getting inducted full-time into the league. So welcome.
Welcome, Yash. Omnius Gaming in round 6, pick number 7, joining Pixelgesh, Shinobly, Yannick, Lux, and Frenchie 14 is Eddie First. Eddie is first and picked by Omnius.
He was actually 57th, but Eddie First... That's a bit easier to say.
We call him Eddie 57th.
Eddie 57th. Joe Soap, here we go. And steadily climbing, also a seasoned campaigner, didn't play last season. And I find it weird because he should have some stats if he did play before. Did he only play in my heart? Because maybe I'm just remembering incorrectly. But Joe Soap to Shadow and TTV Dafu to Azura Gaming. So if AZG were to pick up somebody, I could recommend that they pick up Dafu because he definitely fits the mold.
And if we can, someone needs to explain to Volkner in chat. He's like, what's going on in here? Someone in chat, please tell him what's going on. Because Monarch Realm are picking up Barty. 80208, he gets picked up by Monarch Realm in round 6.
Well, not too many names left. King Varga, Caliph, still to be picked. And there we go. Caliph at 1215 CMV gets picked up. And welcome to Monarch Realm. And I think that just leaves one last player. And so
yeah, I'm waiting for the unhighlighted one in the crawler at the bottom.
It's King Varga. I'm calling it. It's King Varga. Let's see. If you're watching the ticker at the bottom, you can follow this with me. And it is King Dominus Rex, actually. So welcome to AZG.
King Dominus Rex is the final pick in a prospect, and so Creven being picked first, and King Dominus Rex at the end there. So there we go. We have
no.
We don't. There's more.
No,
there's still. King Varga. Okay, I beg your pardon. Okay. Well, but before that, the bad news is that Jared is dead.
Well, that is bad news, but Omnius gonna be picking up King Varga now. I'm telling you, it has to be the one, because I don't see anybody else. Xenex is being picked up. How am I missing all of these players on the ticket tape?
Oh dear, Bromeo is wrong. It is Xenex picked up by Omnius. Cosmico, I think it's going to be King Varga. That's
are we making a call now? Is it King Varga this time? I've only said it for like the last 4 rounds.
Maximus 7470 is picked up by Cosmico in round 7.
Well, there you have it. Maximus going to Cosmico Esports. It is now Genisus to possibly, potentially pick.
No, definitely picking up King
Watermelon
Varga.
sugar. Hey, not King Varga. So the ticker tape is clearly wrong because I can see King Varga sliding along down the bottom there. I'm sorry, bro. We say your name so much and they haven't picked you yet. It's breaking my heart.
Ender's asking who the youngest in RSC is. We'll have to answer that question. There it is! King Varga is picked by White Rabbit Gaming.
Well, there we go. King Varga, welcome. Picked up by WRG, and I feel like that has to be the last person. Let's wait. Let's have a look. No, Zenar Samau, 1838 at 1,000 CMV bid gets picked up by Ox, and I feel like that should seal it. There could be 68 players.
All right, that is the end of Prospect. 68 picks to wrap up the Prospect tier. We're going to be moving on to Rival, but before we do, let's hear from our next org.
It enriches all who are part of its experiences. Even current pros trying to stay in a competitive environment, there is something in there for everyone, and that's what community is all about. Well, the RSC helps Monarch in many ways, in that we get to meet all these interesting players that we otherwise would never have come across. It's a way to get in touch with the grassroots level players. It gives us a way to potentially scout new talent. They get introduced into the community. So it's a symbiotic relationship. It's very, very necessary with the way things are going right now.
And Rabbit, one of the Rabbit and S Falcon are in the background driving the machine that is pushing the picks through. Very involved in some key back-end elements of RSC this season, and also being a general manager. And the first pick is going to be to Genisus Esports.
And they got to make it count. They fought for this position. They chose for this position. And Genisus gets to pick the first rival player of RSC 2025, RSC Season 4, if you prefer that. And I'm very interested to see who they go with, because it'll set the scene on what their roster looks like going throughout. So they did finish pretty strongly in the little horse race as well, and they are picking up Gids at 1445 CMV. So that is an interesting selection, and let's see if it works out. Gids, welcome to Genisus.
20 games played in RSC so far, making his next introduction to RSC, and now Shadow Esports get their first rival pick, and that is going to be DSF Kai, one of the game admins from last season. Hopefully he will avail himself again. So DSF Kai, welcome back.
Well, what's interesting is that they picked two lower players, DSF Kai being picked for Shadow Esports, but now Omnius getting to pick nobody from the top 20 higher CMV have been picked yet. And let's see if Omnius can keep that one up. This is very interesting because it's very unorthodox picking. They are picking middle of the range and then building a squad around that. So you always have a look at the first pick and judge everything else based upon that, because that is the one that they have to fight for and trade for and be devious about. And it is Jack, and we're going to have to change this man's name.
Yeah, most definitely, yes.
Jack is in the top 10 at 1505, so let's move along. They pick him up. Welcome to the RSC, and I look forward to your ticket in changing your name. So Unity Esports now to pick in fourth.
Well, yeah, okay, good. Unity going to be picking up apparently Drill. And there was a drill last season, but I don't know if it's the same drill. It was a different drill, but are they different people?
That is the apparently drill is the drill that you're thinking of from last season. He might have just been not as apparent, but
He was
also
opaquely drill.
opaquely drill. And Azura picking
Oh.
up Jake's the Snake
Legend.
for AZG, and that also goes without saying. He's also a long-time AZG member. So Jake's the Snake
Legend.
going straight there. And now White Rabbit, I'm interested to see who their first round pick is.
And we haven't
new
spoken
entrant.
about White Rabbit as an org coming in. Great
No,
to
we
have
haven't.
them. And that Sponge Dog.
Oh, Sponge Dog getting picked up, 1485, and that is a second round pick. So it's interesting to see that. Only Jake's the Snake Jack being picked so far from the top 10. And it is now not Nightmare 1001 at 1475. Also a second, say 10 to 20th highest. So they the strategy right now is not to pick from the highest ranked, clearly.
Cosmico getting to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th. And they, of course, going to pick up Papito. And why wouldn't they? Because they have to.
Papito is the GM for Cosmico this season and electing to play as well. So the 9th pick for the first round, now hands down to Death Cloud Esports. It's interesting to see who they pick. They elected to have a lower pick, and they are choosing Sora as their first pick. And Sora is an interesting one because also probably in the lower 50th percentile of this tier. So again, going with the trend of not picking the high elo first.
And Sora, is that trying to think if that's so Pegasus, a reunion player is what I was trying to say. So Pegasus out of the UK, a legend in the RSC scene, playing in SSA, and he was picked up by Ox.
All right, now Shadow Esports looking to see who their second player is, and it's Mayonage World. 1430 CMV is joining DSF Kai. So welcome to the RSC. I see you're a debutant.
And I am so pleased to see Onage here because he's been playing Rocket League a long time, but kind of doing his own thing, now getting into the community. Welcome, Onage. Thrilled to see you. White Rabbit Gaming get to pick now. Joining Sponge Dog is Dutch.
Well, there you have it. Sponge Dog, meet Dutch. Dutch, also another prolific caster in the community. And returning to action. It's now Cosmico to pick up somebody to join Papito, their second pick of Rival, pick number 13, and Flash joins Papito for Cosmico. Welcome. And I can see that he's a prolific saver, but not too dicey on the goals either.
And there are a lot of flashes as well. There's Flash, there's Flashy Boy. There's a couple of variations on Flash, and I often get them mixed up and confused. He joins Cosmico, and then Monarch Realm with their round 2 pick in Rival. Naveds, another legend in the RSC and broader Rocket League community.
Man has been around the block for a while, and very, very decent pick in round number 2. He is the backbone of most teams, so I can see they're prioritizing the structure right now. But Death Cloud is to pick in their round 2. To join Sora is, I think this is Swerve. I just remember seeing numbers, and I know that he is one of the most illegible players in the RSC. And so Swerve, welcome. Please change your name as well. Would be lovely.
And Muzz, yes, Chaos AD did get in. I can't remember who picked him, but he is in. Nice Panda with Azura.
Nice Panda electing to go with AZG. And now Unity Esports to pick somebody to join. Apparently Drill, not obviously Drill. Not previous.
Or opaque Drill.
Not even previously Drill. It is Shyduck joining apparently Drill at 1445 CMV's a solid pickup. And welcome once more. You're a debutant. Enjoy yourself.
And I'm having a bit of a chuckle because I keep seeing the names of players I run into in lobbies, and I feel like Shy Duck and I have a little bit of there's a little bit of argy-bargy. There he is. Now it's Joshy CPT, and I always read that as Joshy Cape Town, but I don't know if that's what he meant.
Well, we'll find out very shortly, chat.
He is in chat. He is in chat, so he can tell us.
But it is Hecky, obviously now getting picked up for Ox Gaming because he is their GM. You can see right there in the middle, he is a keeper pick. So he is joining Sir Pegasus. And right now it is 2 EU for their rival team. So they are fancying Ping as their best bet for this season going forward. Now Genisus to select a player alongside Gids, and they pick Simply Not Nick. Because who else would it be?
That is Simply Not Nick. Joining the Genisus roster. They picked last in the last round. They picked first in round 3. So joining Simply Not Nick. And I always got to think about as a caster how we're going to say these names, but because Simply Not Nick doesn't roll off the tongue. But joining he and Gids is going to be Delta 321.
Well, Delta 321 fighting his way in. It is now Shadow Esports to select their third in round 3 to join Onage and DSF Kai. And
I'm pleased to report that it is Joshy Cape Town, so I wasn't wrong there. I often make things up, but it is Joshy Cape Town. Killer 999 returning for season 4 of RSC, having already played 31 games in RSC. He's picked up by Shadow Esport.
Omnius Gaming now to select Jack and Josh. Jack and Josh. Is Luna a 1370 CMV, so one of the lower rungs of this. So also going for balance, it is now Unity for obviously Drill and Shy Duck to find their third player joining them. And also remember, there are 70 players in this round. There will be 7 rounds of picks for Rival. And Unity Esports is going to take their time on this one, it seems, because changing their mind last minute. They had something like, no. Instead, we're going to go with Chill's World. Chill's World. Wow. There are not very many consonants in that name, so welcome to the RSC. I hope you find them. And now AZG possibly picking up the most AZG roster ever with Jake the Snake and Nice Panda, are joined by Divine and also he had a campaigner. He had a banger season.
But he had a bit of a rough ride in the 1v1 tournament on the weekend between Start GG and other complications. He kind of didn't get to play. I felt bad, and he was very upset. So Divine, if you're here, I apologize. But good luck with Azura. White Rabbit Gaming, round 3, pick number 26 in Rivals to join Sponge Dog and Dutch is legend, prospect legend from last season, the Dogman.
Dogman finally getting out of prospect, joining his esteemed peers in Rival. And now it is Meltman ZA joining Monarch Realm. The men with the crown pick you. Is this really his first time in RSC? Because he's been around a long time. I'm surprised. But if this is your first time in RSC, welcome, Meltman. Welcome indeed. Cosmico now to pick up their third. And they are going with X85258X. And
oh my God.
I'm not sure.
Caster's dream.
Is that like Xerox? I'm going to call you Xerox forever now. But with 31 goals, 12 assists, 22 demos, and 34 saves, you clearly have been around the block and used a different name. So I look forward to finding out who that is. But right now, Swerve and Sora are going to find out who their next teammate is for Deathcloud Esports. Deathcloud Esports picking up their third round. Who's that? Swerve? That name. But you call him Swerve. I always read that as Swayze, but that's just me. And yeah, production's also going like, yeah, it's Swizzy, but no, it is Swerve, and I'll tell you why, because we had the same problem last season. So It is
Raquel.
Raquel joining Swayze and Swerve and Spav and all of them. But now, the all EU Sir Piggy and Hecky, Ox Gaming, are going to pick a third. And
They need to pick someone local, right?
They have to. They have to.
It's got to be a local. Well, Wien van Rooyen. I mean, you don't get any more local than Wien van Rooyen.
Vian, welcome back, and just know that you're playing with some very good players and some legends of the game. With Sir Pegasus being a caster, he'll cast all your games too. So don't mind the ping. I'm sure they will be fine.
I feel like this is another upgrade. I feel like Vian was prospect last season.
Am I? As well, I feel like that.
Yeah. So well done, grinding the game, moving up in the world is Vian van Rooyen.
Well, Vian being picked up for Ox. I'm interested as to why we're pausing here right now. Somebody's obviously disputing something in the back end. Ooh. But we'll find out now.
Okay, so we're going to hear from Azura Gaming. What are they all about?
That is where Azura started, just a community. And now with Season 4, we had another opportunity to be part of RSC again. And that just helps us to be the bridge between a normal community and going to a professional esport competitive org. And with that, it just helps us grow. With Season 2, we had an opportunity to be a franchise in RSC, and surprisingly we won the prospect tier and also did very well with the other tiers. When Season 3 came, we missed out, and that just showed us how important it is to us and how more we want it as we step out of being more than a community, and also help RSC to become one of the biggest tournaments in South Africa.
And there you had Silver, or apparently Silver, as he was in that video of Azura Gaming. As we move to round 4 of Rivals, pick number 31, Ox Gaming to join Sir Pegasus, Hecky, and Vian van Rooyen will be... Oh, well, that didn't work out. In my mind, it was going to appear right there. Chadster!
Oh, there we go, Chadster, one of the superstars from Prospect, now making his way up into Rival and joining that Ox lineup. So now Deathcloud Esports going with Swerve, Sora, and Raquel have some picking to do. Hopefully they pick a player with more consonants to balance this team out, because linguistically they do not. They went for another team that has no vowels. None. No vowels in this. What are you doing, Deathcloud?
But in the way of youngsters these days, the X can be any vowel. So it could be Sillin, it could be Callan, it could be Alan. Yeah, it could be colon. Yeah, exactly.
But it is not, because right now Game Mega Man gets picked by Cosmico Esports. So welcome. You're also a debutant. We see in Cosmico are a legendary outfit. So welcome to the RSC. And now it's Monarch Realm to make the pick. Joining Naved's Not Nightmare. And Melkman is, drum rolls here, not Game Mega Man, it's AJ.
Well, there you go, from one long name to one very short name. AJ, welcome to Monarch Realm. I have to say, the org that I represented last season. So yeah, you picked a banger org have picked you up. So he gets picked up in round 4. Moving on to White Rabbit Gaming, joining Sponge Dog Dutch, and the Dogman will be Draat.
Draat. Yo, that is a name. It is a solid name. It is a hardcore name, and it just comes off as like Defender. But doesn't matter. WRG picking up Draat. It is now AZG to select, and they pick Dan the Pugman to join Jake's the Snake, Nice Panda, and Divine. So welcome to AZG, Dan.
I don't know. Somehow Jake's the snake. Nice panda. Divine. Oh, okay, I was going to make a whole thing. Never mind. Dan the Pugman joins Azura Gaming. Moving on to the Bromios org, a Unity Esports in round 4 to join the Drill, the Duck, and the World is going to be in round 4. Pick number 37 is.
I mean, that's a bold assumption to think that they would pick right now while you were waiting, but it is Joker ZA. And again, with the consonants, I really need more vowels in this lineup.
Because it could be Jika, it could be Jucker.
It could be Jika, it could be Jaker.
Juka, it would be Juka in that case.
Yeah.
That would actually be pretty cool. But it is Joker, and then Omnius Gaming joining Jack Joshi from Cape Town. Luna is Wilu, and I love this too. In my mind, and it must be, this is a take on Wilu, the reunion legend that is Wilu.
And no, that is Wolu.
Okay.
Obviously, the younger brother. So we move on. Leosha. I feel like that might be a university in England somewhere. But Onage DSF Kai Killer, meet Leosha, your 4th at 1495. CMV also a debutant. Welcome. Now, Genisus have to pick somebody who's simply not Nick. And to join Delta and Gids and see who simply not Nick, and definitely not Gids, and maybe not Delta is Citizen. Citizen. I love the Citizen 2.0. To be fair, there are a lot more vowels in that name, and it is a workaround. You have to use your brain to say it. But Citizen, welcome to the RSC, and thank you for using pronounceable words.
You are a citizen of RSC.
And Genesis gets pick again, and they choose Misty Dragon TTV. Also a season campaigner, 47 saves. So he was on the defensive last season. Let's see if he can be on the attack now. Shadow Esports to pick.
Misty Dragon. Round 5 for Shadow Esports. Pick number 42. Joining Leosha, My Onage, Kai, and Killer is Skeptic.
Is it Skeptic or is it Septic? Because, you know, you're never sure whether that C is silent or violent. And Septic
I'm
and
going with
Skeptic.
Skeptic.
Okay, all right. So Omnius Gaming now to select somebody whose name is probably easier to say, I hope. And for the cast's sake, we hope so.
I've just seen Chip in chat. And it occurs to me, Chip, have you signed up for RSC? Because you're chatty in chat, but are you in RSC?
I think he might be. I dropped into his DMs a little while ago and I said, hey, I haven't heard you chatting for a while. But Snowy SA getting picked up for Omnius Gaming. Now Unity joining.
Not to be confused with Snowy.
No. And not to be confused with Jika ZA either. Unity Esports is going to select as their 5th. Right now, Skippy.
Skippy, Unity, round 5 pick. Pick number 44, 1455 CMV. Debutant in the RSC, welcome. Azura now, round 5, pick number 45 to join the Snake, the Panda, the Pugman, and Divine is Joss ZA.
Oh, Snake Panda Pog and Joss. So welcome to AZG. And do you know what I love? And just have a look in chat here quickly is Omnius Gaming is literally welcoming every single one of their players in chat. And I love that. So if you're watching the VOD, just know that we appreciate this even in, you know, hindsight. So no, komrach. As that's also Hectic Defender Vibes getting picked up by Death Cloud Esports. Welcome. And let's hope the RSC is as hard as your name.
Komrach, no. Komrach. Monarch Realm. Pick number 47. Razor 1070.
Razor 1070 having a decent season last time, but is now Cosmico to select their 5th for pick number 48. So Cosmico looking to possibly expand there with Yuckles. Not to be confused with the other Yuckles.
Not to be confused with Yuckles.
Yeah, from that Yuckles with the H.
Maybe that's Jackals.
It could be Jackals. Also,
Alright,
if
so-
if we're absolutely butchering your name and you're in chat, please tell us, because I would love to be corrected. And just
Because
like
we
this,
stand to be corrected.
how do you say this? Is it Bax 4K? Baxac?
Backsack.
Baxac?
Oh, I don't know.
Or just Bax 4K? I feel like Bax 4K is it.
Oh, it's Baxter. It's Baxter. It's Baxter. I think that's
Oh,
what
there
it's
we
supposed
go.
to be, because we've got Baxter in chat. I'm pretty sure it's Baxter.
Oh, because 4K means tur. Okay, I got you. That makes so much sense. It's DTM now coming for Ox Gaming, and
It's DTM.
I feel
It's
like people are
DTM.
slipping- yeah, it's DTM. You guys are like missing out on so
DTM.
many potential letters because
There's an entire alphabet.
there's an entire alphabet now. Because right now, Ox Gaming, to select somebody to join its DTM is Llama.
Lamu. Llama? Llama.
No, it's Llama.
La-
It's like
Llama.
a drama llama.
Llama.
Oh,
Death Cloud Esports to join Swervy Swayze and others such as Sora Rakeel, Dylan, Cullen, Callan, Big Will, Phil.
How did these guys get through moderation? Big Will Phil, welcome. This is amazing. So Cosmico Esports moving swiftly along just as we do, as they're looking to select for their sixth.
Paps,
Uh,
Jackals, Flash, Game
Losey.
Mega Man, Losey.
Losey.
Or are you sure it's Losey and not Lozzy?
Don't quote me, man.
Losey. Okay, we'll go with Losey. Hey, Syntax from Cosmico is in chat. The big kahuna of Cosmico. How's it, Syntax?
Glad that Syntax is joining us in chat, picking up Losey, and it's Creevy joining Monarch Realm. Also wanted to play last season, just didn't sign up in time. And let's see. Make your mark.
Well, he's
this
playing
season.
now. He's playing now. White Rabbit Gaming, round 6, pick number 55. Joining the Dogman, Drought, Dutch, Spudge Dog, and I'm not going to mess up his name again. Baxter is Okutan.
Okutan with a little flat smile at the back, because, you know, obviously that had to be done. And AZG now to select
Okutan.
possibly Nerfquake ZA. Also, somebody didn't play much RSC last season, but a frequent flyer mile collector for RSC. So Nerfquake, welcome back. Welcome back into the fold as AZG picks you. It is now Unity's turn in this round 6, pick number 57 to join apparently Drill, Skippy, Shyduck, Chills World, and Jaika is Real Tiny. Welcome.
That's a great name, Real Tiny. He's not just tiny, he's real tiny.
Real tiny, yeah.
Real tiny. Like this tiny.
like this. Well, here we go. Omnius to pick up their 6th to join Snowy Luna, Wolu, Joshi, CPT, Jack is Patty Meat Patty.
Now, I am so pleased to see Fatty Meat Patty there. He's been in Rocket League almost since the beginning, and I personally recruited him into this season of RSC. So welcome, Fatty Meat Patty.
You are Greybeard's chosen one. And speaking of, Shadow Esports have chosen Money Noob to join Septic, Skeptic, Liasher, Onage, and a couple others who I missed because I was too slow at reading their names.
Do you know that I just figured out about 4 days ago why a noob is called a noob? That is hilarious.
Can we talk about it? Like, I don't even
Yes,
know
we
why.
will talk about it. We'll come back to it. Shane 150 has been picked by Genisus. And I was going to give some more info there, but we've moved on to round number 7 in Rival, and Genesis picking once again.
Well, not
my word.
Nightmare 1001 asking, is Genesis a good org. Yes, they are. And they've just picked up Zachary. I feel like that's Zachary. I'm calling him Zachary because Zach's Harry is worse.
I had and big up to you for coming up with Zachary. I thought about it long and hard and never came up with that. I was like, I have no idea. So well done, Zachary. It is. And then Baxter, 180 milliseconds. Baxter is picked up by Shadow Esports.
Well, nice. Baxter with all the letters. Nicely picked here. It is now Omnius to pick. Joining a whole bunch of J's, a Fatty Meat Patty, Wolu, Luna, and Snowy. In round number 7, it's Botter. And please, I know it's a sensitive time to talk about botting, so do not give this guy abuse. If you see him in a lobby, he is an actual person with 1,370 CMV worth of feelings. So, welcome to the RSC. You're joining Omnius. Now it's Unity to pick Jaker ZA's teammate, and it is Marzek 97.
Not to be confused with Marzek 91 through 96. Picked up by Unity in round 7.
AZG now picking more of the AZG crew, as possibly there are no more AZG members to pick out of Rival. I feel like they were going
They have to pick from the broad pool now.
Now they have to pick players. And let's see who they select, because they're taking their time now. They're picking Simao. And Simao was one of the highest, second highest overall in Rival.
1505. Wow.
1505. That's pretty hefty. As we're starting to close out this round, there aren't too many players left. I think there is just one more. And is there quite a few more? We'll find out.
Lagmeister. No, it's going to be
you.
Axu.
Axu.
Oh, man.
Axio?
Axu. Axu's picked up by White Rabbit Gaming, 1435. Oh, this is going to be tough. Monarch Realm now, round 7, pick number 67. Their next pick, joining Navid's Razor, AJ Creevy, Not Nightmare, and Milkman is...
Ooh, drum rolling now.
Yeah, I know.
I honestly, I think this might be it, boys. I think this might be it. I don't think there are anybody else.
There are anybody else.
There are nobody else, because I'm looking at the draft manager itself, and all of these players, I don't think.
All right, well, that concludes Arrival, and we move next into Elite after this little interlude.
This is what this is going to mean for Rocket League SSA, is we can usher in a golden era by linking community and orgs. And obviously, you want to share what you love doing with the people around you. That's why community is so important. It's not bound to one or another org. So the focus for me is standing together. And if we can get the balance right of competitiveness and community, it's going to be great.
I don't know what color that guy was, but it was pretty cool.
Well, here we go. We're now into Elite. Things are starting to heat up. The players are starting to get sweaty. And DeathCloud Esports getting a first pick for Elite. So it's going to be interesting to see who they pick. Do they go high? Do they go mid? Do they go low? Do they pick with the leadership, or do they pick with the mix? We'll find out shortly, because obviously first round pick's a big one, and they pick up Delk at 1680. He is third highest overall, so clearly going for the heavy hitter first up.
Good man, Delk. And I see Dura saying in chat that color cold looks like Messi, and I can see that. I can see it now.
I can see it.
You definitely see it. Okay, Delk is the round 1 pick in Elite. Moving on to Unity, who pick up Genie. And has he gone up? Was he in Rival or was he in Elite last season?
Genie. Oh, that's interesting because
I think he was Elite. I'm not sure.
At 16, 25 CMV, 16th overall. That is pretty high up, but getting picked up by the Messi of Orgs is Genie for Unity Gaming. It is now Ox Gaming to pick, and third pick overall is a good one. So
he was master last season, according to Kirika. So he's gone the other way. He took a chill pill.
He took a chill pill, but also the rank range for master increased. So there were some players left behind. But speaking of Tim Tam not being left behind, first pick for Ox Gaming in Elite. And that's a very, very interesting pick because Tim Tam is 48th overall for Elite. So there are 47 players higher than him in MMR. So it's going to be a very interesting thing because they are clearly building a team around him. But White Rabbit Gaming picking up actually Dura. So Dura, I think in Season 1 played for Valkyrie Knights, Prospect, and now in Elite. And as you can see, he's got a hefty winning record of 64.52%. So WRG picking the heavy hitter there.
And Jura was Rival last season and now in Elite. And Tim Tam, we didn't say, last season Elite champion is Tim Tam. Popcorn's favorite, Genisus picking up Silent Oscar, not to be confused with the noisy Oscar.
Or just Loud Oscar in general. That's generally the name he goes by. But Silent Oscar being picked up by Genisus and 8th overall in MMR. So another strong pick. Cosmico now up. And Cosmico said they didn't come in with a very strong strat, so they're picking up Ford Hilux, first overall in MMR, and narrowly missing out on Master this season. I feel like they're picking him to promote him so that he can be the first player ever to play for Prospect, Rival, Elite, and then Master. So Cosmico up to something for sure.
Now, Ford Hilux, we got to say, is that he's playing out of Australia, so there is going to be a ping issue.
Definitely. They're picking him for the memes. I'm feeling it. And Lunat being picked up by Omnius at 1605. A very, very decent pick, but also middle of the range, so they are picking leadership structures to build around. And
now tell me why he's Lunat and not Lunati or Lunat 1.
That's actually a very good thing. Chat, 1 if it should be Lunat, 2 if it should be Lunati. And we will call him that for the rest of the stream. So Chase being first picked for Shadow Esports, and also very highly ranked. Chat is busy leading the way, saying I should call him Lunat, not Lunati. I thought you guys might clown on me and say 2. So honestly, I was prepared to go where it will. But Spaker being picked up by AZG. And I think there's a player, and I can't remember, for Order of Oaks, who we picked up with a very Afrikaans sounding name, but turns out to be Belgian or something like that. And I think Spaker might be it. I can't remember, but it was wild because we were going for, the name game. And turns out wasn't Afrikaans at all. So Spaker, welcome.
Belgian, Afrikaans, same thing.
Close enough. Monarch Realm now picking Modzi at 1610 CMV. Monarch Realm's first pick. Welcome to the RSC.
I don't remember Modzi now. I'm pretty sure I know Modzi. I do know Modzi. Okay. Excellent pick for them. Monarch Realm, round 2. Pick number 11. The first pick of round 2 to join Modzi is... Who's this guy?
Rabbit. Oh,
who's this guy?
A keeper pick. So he must be somebody. Turns out he is the GM. The general manager for Monarch Realm this season is a clever rabbit deciding to play. He's also a somewhat decent player, so you'll see him on the field. But to join Spaker, who may or may not be Afrikaans or Belgian, we do not know. At
Belgish.
Belgicans. At AZG, as they take their time, is Yusuf at 1645. And let's have a look here, because 1645 is pretty high. Yes, in the top 10 is Yusuf, so also going for a strong player.
Big pick for Azura Yusuf joining Spaker, and then joining Genie in Unity Esports Elite. Their round 2 pick will be... Okay, my drum roll is definitely not working. I was close though. Oh, Tubbsy, he was just saying in chat, Unity please, Unity please. He has been picked by Unity.
Well, he gets what he wished for, being picked up by the GOATed team. It is Tubbsy, it is Unity. Welcome to RSC. Now, Omnius for their round 2 pick. And let's see who they can join. Lunat, because chat has prevented me from saying Lunati, so I will not. It is No Maiden at 1,600. Also a storied campaigner for RSC. 65% win rate. And that's massive.
39 games, 52 demos. The man is a little violent.
A violence.
Violence. Cosmico Esports joining Ford Hilux in Australia. Oh, Cosmico Esports in round 2. And I see Ford Hilux is not here because it's like, what? It's about 4 o'clock in the morning where he is.
I feel like that is it. I know that they're ahead of time. So I don't know, like 7 or 8 hours at least, at the very least. But Tristan joining Cosmico.
Not to be confused with Tristan 1. This is Tristan 2.
Tristan 2. Tristan's younger brother. We don't know, actually. I could be lying. Please do not believe anything I tell you, chat.
Why is Fissy Trissy saying he's going to cry? It's about the 6th time he said he's going to cry. And I feel like I need to reach out and help this. Don't cry, bro. Don't cry.
Are we concerning him? Well,
Ender. Genisus. Banger.
Well, a good one. Captain of the PRG high school team is Ender. Very quality player there. I think I even played against him or with him at some point. So, seen his rise. But it is Domino joining Dalk at Death Cloud Esports. So, also a very, very interesting pick.
Zadomino. 8 games. So only played 2 series last season. So he will be joining Death Cloud Esports, and then for Ox Gaming, joining Popcorn's favorite Tim Tam in round 2 is going to be the next name you see on screen.
Well, that is ominous. It is not omnious. But for Ox Gaming, it is Sonic 1397, an old bro, and a man who's been around the block. Electric. With the pace, Sonic and Tim Tam are going to light things up for Ox Gaming. And Shadow Esports now to select a player to participate with Chase, who I met very recently in Cape Town at AGC. And we got horribly drunk together, but that's another story.
I can't believe you met Chase before me, which is very sad. Wormy in Shadow Esports.
Wormy joining Shadow Esports faster than I got on my flight back to Joburg. And White Rabbit Gaming looking to pick up a partner for durability, actually Dura. And WRG making some very solid picks so far, so it's interesting to see who they'd pick up. And it's 1K. Do not be confused with 2K or 50K or any of those. It's 1K. And,
is 1K the same as kilogram? For some reason, that's stirring a cobweb in my mind.
Like 1K kilogram, 5 pounds, 5 BS. Like, what are we doing here? Measurements of weight. All we need is
system
an
of weights and measures.
Yes, here we go. King Richard being picked up by Monarch Realm. It is foreseen in his name. The king is the monarch, and he gets picked. So, Unity Esports, Genie and Tubbsy looking for another, and very interested to see.
Pink Bumfluff says 1K is just 1,000. Like, okay, but it could be 1,000 grams.
But that is the metric system, please. That is 1 kilo. It is a kilogram. Please get with a program. But getting with the program is Christian joining Unity Esports. It's now Ox to select Sonic and Tim Tam's teammate. And this one could be interesting because Sonic's a game breaker. Tim Tam's a solid one. It is Jordan KP.
Oh, I know Jordan. Jordan ran into a few issues in RSC last season, and Also recruited by me, so fabulous to see him there. Welcome, Jordan. Go large.
It is now 1,000 of some unit of measurement with actually Jira. And let's see who the third player for White Rabbit Gaming is as we wait very patiently for those 3 dots to disappear and to reveal to us Spiro joining White Rabbit Gaming. Welcome.
25 games, not heavy, not a violent man, only 8 demos, 18 goals, 14 assists, 23 saves. So doing work in defense is Spiro. He joins White Rabbit Gaming. And then joining Not Noisy, Oscar and Ender on Genisus Esports. I think Flamey was asking Genisus, but it's going to be Clucker69 who gets picked this round by Genisus.
Every time I hear the numbers 69, I just go, nice. I will not explain why, but just it is.
Nice.
Now, nice. Cosmico Esports, speaking of nice, Forward Hilux and Tristan's brother already being picked up. Let's see who goes for their third. It is Ryan Senpai coming out of Africa.
Out of Africa, Kenyan player is Ryan Senpai. First time in RSC, but he has played RLCS. He's sort of one of the OGs. Like, I think he was the first player out of Kenya. So welcome, Ryan Senpai. Fabulous to have you. And then joining Lunati and No Maiden for Omnia's Gaming is going to be Mustang Morgan.
Mustang Morgan, also a player who's been around the blocks. Welcome to the RSC, is now Shadow Esports, picking up a third for Chase and Wormy, both very mechanical players. And it is Drew Moment being picked up at 1630 CMV, very high up there. So
this is Drew, right? Out of UK.
That is Drew, yes.
Drew, okay. Drew, well. Great to see him in RSC SSA.
AZG now to pick. Yusuf and Spake are already being picked up by AZG. And I wish this is something we need to think about for next time, but I would love to see their CMVs next to their names so we could do side-by-side comparisons. But we only do this once a year. It is Blade being picked up by AZG. And at 1575, he's a mid-rank player. And welcome to AZG. It is not Death Cloud to pick.
That Bladenator, or is that a B?
No,
is it 8? Is that an 8 or a B?
It's
because it could be. Oh, so it's Bladenator. Flow C. Well, would you believe Death Cloud Esport?
Flow C now being picked, obviously for Death Cloud because he is the AGM for them this season. 63.89% win rate. But right now at pick number 30, we are off to show you another org.
Gives you a sense of feeling a part of something bigger. Well, I think being a part of a tournament like RSC provides a certain exposure to young talent, younger players. I would say longevity of the org and kind of history making in the scene is also a big part of why you want to be a part of RSC. As an org looking for new upcoming players that could be potentially signed to the org. Yeah, involvement in the scene in general in the off season is a big one.
Well, here we have it. It is now pick number 31 for round 4. And Monarch Realm are choosing to pick somebody other than Eliakim because you just got introduced to him. You'll be seeing his name later for sure. But right now, to join Monarch Realm, Clever Rabbit, Mosey, and King Richard, you will be seeing Flaming Hot Dorito.
Hey! Good to see him. He's also been around, and by the look of it, a debutant into RSC Season 4. Welcome aboard!
Zero Gaming now, looking to improve upon the Yusuf Spaker Bladen combo.
Do they have any more management left?
I'm not actually sure, but it is Wavy. A ZA being picked up by them, 1520 CMV. And a lot of goals and a lot of saves. So welcome to the RSC. It is now Ox to select.
It also could be Wivy, Wovy, or Wovy.
Wovy, but all these kids just love X in their name. X to the... Oh, wow, I'm not even going to go there. I'm too old for that.
I fly away! Reunion Man.
Well, Ox Gaming picking up I Fly Aware to join Jordan and a bunch of other players again. It is now Luna, No Maiden, and Mustang Morgan for Omnius Gaming to find out who they are going to be playing against this season, and it is Xe Dark.
That's a new name to me. I don't know that I am unfamiliar with your work, Xe Dark.
Yeah, unfamiliar with your game. Well, we will find out for Omnius this season how good he is. Now, it is the Australian, the Kenyan, and Tristan's brother to find out who will join them at Cosmico Esport, and it is Felt69. Nice!
Lots of nice players out there in RSC season 4.
So many nice players. So many nice players. Genisus, speaking of nice, Silent Oscar, Ender, and Clucker. Potentially joining them is Wispy Cream at 1565 CMV.
Also a new name to me, Wispy Cream.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of some creams and I've heard of some wispies, but never in a combination.
So
it's sort
what
of like...
I mean... No. So what I was going to say, what I'm enjoying about Rocket League broadly, RSC in particular, are the number of names coming in that there used to be a time I knew every person who played Rocket League, and now that is completely impossible, and it makes me excited. And there's Nations with White Rabbit Gaming.
Nations being picked up for WRG, and now Shadow to find out Chase Drew's and Wormy's companions. So just having a look here, most of the top 20 have been picked. There's only about 5 or so left there, and there's not actually too much space anywhere. So they're picking up Shattered at 1675 CMV, 5th overall highest. Yeah, now going for some game breakers. Chase at 1680, Shattered at 675. Means that there are 2 very expensive players there. So Unity
stretching the bank, stretching the wallet,
going
into debt. Flamey, Mr. Flamey, or Flamey as he's broadly known, being picked up in round 4 by Unity Esport.
And now Death Cloud. Flossy having to be picked because he is AGM, joined by Domino and Delk. It is Kirika, also a keeper pick as an AGM of Death Cloud, and also absolute legend. And look at that win rate, winning almost 7 out of 10 games since she started playing.
That is, well, listen, I mean, Kirika's, well, she's a Rocket League community legend, but in particular an RSC, both in EU and SSA legend. As an org manager, general manager, as a coach, as a whatever, she's just good at what she does.
She's excellent. So Death Cloud are in good hands with regards to coaching. Also runs a coaching server, and make sure to check it out, chat. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Direct them as you will. We were talking about Chip C Money himself. He is now picked for Death Cloud to join them. They're also going on the names. They're going on the yappers, because I think the only person who's ever spoken more than Flossy is Chip. So they always have plenty to say. So now they can say it to each other in the same org. Unity now to pick.
Now, I know I say Chip out loud, but honestly, every time I see his name, I think to myself, CH1P, Stolzy. Played Rocket League with Stolzy last night. We got into a bit of a demo battle. I think he got irritated. I demoed him 3 or 4 times, and then he chased me a lot. Gets picked up by Unity Esport.
As a demo merchant himself, I can guarantee he was not tilted. He was just thrilled by the hunt. And speaking of, in Prospect last season, after deciding to dump on an entire tier and score more goals than anybody could ever fathom, it is Clerks, skipping Rival entirely and now being picked up by Ox Gaming. So a little prodigal son playing out of Edgemead is now going to be playing out of Ox Gaming for the next 2 months.
And then Snack Packs getting picked up by White Rabbit Gaming, 1630. Only 4 games in RSC so far. No doubt he'll get a lot more games in this season.
Genisus now. Silent Oscar, Ender, Wispy Cream, and Clucker looking for their 5th. We're about to find out who it is. It is Wrecked at 1550 CMV. That's pretty high, but no, actually, I stand corrected. It's on the lower end of things. They're picking Wrecked for the stability, but welcome to the RSC.
Genesis, get wrecked.
I can't believe I didn't go with that one. I've even got a headache. I've got a headache from you having just done that. Ow. Wow. But it is Seth being picked up by Cosmico, joining Ford Hilux, Tristan, Ryan Senpai, and Felt. Welcome. And as we're nearing out the last of this tier, we've still got a couple of big names to play. And that is Hardflame, Lolonizer, Gloomsy, Texfer, Jean-Pierre, Tren, B, Coffee, and CK from ZA joining Omnius Gaming.
Another name with which I am unfamiliar. Welcome to the RSC, CK from ZA. Good to have you. And you will be joining a banger in Omnius Gaming.
Speaking of a banger org, Shadow Esports picking up Gloomsy at 1655. Also a top 10 CMV player for Elite. Let's see how he does. And just a few names left on the list now. We're entering our last 10 or so, as AZG are looking to join Wavy. Bladen, Spaker, and Yusuf is Coffee. Welcome to the RSC. He was asking why he hasn't been picked yet, because we saved the best for last. And
we were waiting for Azura, and now you're picked.
And now you're picked. So, Monarch Realm now. Couple of names still to look at. Lamuk at 1550 CMV going to Monarch Realm, being picked up by the Kings. Welcome to the RSC.
Lamuk. Now his brother's name is Amuk. So it's Lamuk and Amuk, who I was convinced for the longest time were the same person, but they are indeed brothers. Welcome, Lamuk. Fabulous to have you.
Well, Monarch Realm taking their time to select, because it is a keeper pick and he was too busy talking to the other people. It is S Falcon, a keeper pick. He is the AGM for Monarch, one of the RSC admins. So if you've ever got an opinion about how I talk or about how something is run or done, message him. He loves your DMs. You should message him like right now.
and I should say it before he does. Last season's elite champion.
You know, how do you know that somebody was an elite champion? They tell you over and over and over again with the emojis next to their name. I don't have one. I'm salty. But B going to AZG.
And now he had a long name. His name was Bumblebee. And now it's like the shortest he could possibly make that name. He filled it out with a full stop. B, welcome to Azura Gaming.
And the Deadly Dom, keeper pick as an AGM for Shadow Esports, told Mutz that he wouldn't actually general manage for Shadow unless he was in charge of his own tier. So Deadly Dom, responsible for all of the picks so far, picking himself down the line. And I'll let you have a shot at this one, Greybeard.
Capulio.
What about Kepuelo? What about Capoeira?
Capulio. I'm going with Capulio.
Capulio. There we go, Capulio. Welcome to the RSC. Cosmico Esports picking up OG Costa 2008, because that was the best year, clearly. And had a very, very good season last season, winning 9 out of his 10 games. So Genisus Esports now to pick as we wind it down, as I think there's only a handful of names left. It is E.
Yeah.
Not B, E.
The only difference between B and E is 3 spaces in the alphabet.
No, 2 spaces. 2 spaces, because if we're counting E, then it's 3, but we're not. And AOK, speaking of counting, he is joining WRG as a keeper pick. He is a AGM for them. So good to see you in WRG. We off.
Hey, Oki.
Oki. Okay, don't chant that in chat, but it would be fun. 4 left, it is now color cold.
Oki.
Keeper,
I don't know what color he is, but it's cold.
Wow. Okay. Color cold being picked up by Ox because obviously now Unity to select their 6th player to join Genie, Tubbsy, Christian, Flamey, and Mr. Stolzy himself is Jean-Pierre 971. So I would be willing to bet money that this man is reunion based.
In which case his name would then be Jean-Pierre.
Was that
Jean-Pierre.
974? Am I betting like money that's non-existent right now? Damn.
No, I think you're right. Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre. Death Cloud Esports to make a pick to join this already all-star lineup is Lonanizer. Wow, they really picked the most talkative people in the league in one team.
Losi, Chip, Lolanizer. That Discord call is going to be...
That's the unholy trinity of yappers.
It's going to be a cacophony.
A cacophony. Trend now being picked up by Death Cloud Esports to round it out. And I think only a few players left. I think 1 or 2.
Texvor. Unity are going to pick up Texvor. I feel it. Unity going with Texvor. Gotta be.
Hot Flame calling it. Bang! Oh, there we go. Only Tren and Texvor left. So let's see who goes. And Ox Gaming. Tren's already been picked, I see.
Okay, so Sethi says that Jean-Pierre is not from Reunion. He is, in fact, at school with Sethi.
Well, there we go. We apologize. You do not have a French accent, but now your mates will always call you Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre.
Text for rounding out Elite. 63rd pick. And we are now done with Elite.
One more to go.
One more to go.
One more tier.
But you know what? It means that we have one more video to show you as well.
Having a thriving esports community is incredibly important for the growth and overall survival of an esport. And so having a strong community is the best way for us to consistently improve and to keep that scene alive and thriving for season after season. Community has been the lifeblood of Omnius Gaming since day one. It's all about the people, it's all about the passion. And we want to mingle our passion for esports with your passion for Rocket League, and hopefully we can create something magical.
One more tier, and it is the big one, the big boys, the serious boys. It is the masters of the RSC.
Also, how do you know if somebody plays in master tier? They tell you. So here we are at the absolute pinnacle of Rocket League pedigree. 75% of other players do not care to be this high because it is for the sweatiest of the sweats, the hardest of the hard. And first pick overall in Master is Tweaks, joining Ox Gaming.
A legend out of Namibia, one of the very few players from Namibia. Met him last year at Comic-Con. So he gets big pickup there for Ox Gaming.
Interesting pick there now. Death Cloud Esports, second overall. First overall in the draft lottery. So they chose to be here. And they will have picked their first pick a while away. And they pick up Friction at 1880 CMV. Also, very solid pick.
Proper player that. These are among the most famous of names in the Rocket League scene in SSA. Friction, definitely one of those. So another big pickup from or by Ox Gaming.
So,
Shadow Esports.
Zany.
Ooh.
Oh,
Is that Zany?
Yeah, that's Zany.
Yo, what a pick from Shadow.
Shadow going high. Zany's top 8 overall signed up. So clearly the marquee signing out of there. But what about the Monarch signing? And they pick Lackstar as their
Yo, one legend after another being trotted out here in round 1. Lackstar, a Unity favorite, coach of Unity Esport, but being picked up by Monarch.
Now, WRG, who's their first pick? You have names like Werty, Willant, Banana Cat, Ravi being picked up by WRG at 1960 MMR. He is 6th overall, and what a man.
So my question, Bromeo, is will WRG be able to afford anybody else? Ravi's going to have to 1v3 everybody.
And speaking of another highboard teammate is Devour being picked up 1925 CMV, 16th overall. He goes to AZG.
32 games, 65 demos. Do you remember who his dad got picked by?
That is a very interesting question. I have to go back and check.
I don't think it was Azura, so I think Devour will be relieved. Speaking of Werty, huge pickup for Unity Esport is the legend that is Werty.
Chaos AD actually went to Ox Gaming, so they are competing this season. They are not together. They are separated, but only in name. It is Omnius Gaming choosing Douglas as their first pick. What names we are seeing coming out here as reputation and form being rewarded.
And I'm so pleased to see these stars playing in RSC. It is so important for the community. And so big up to these guys who are getting involved. And speaking of big names in the community, Jeff being picked up by Cosmico.
Well, there we go. That's a banger, but he is a keeper pick. He is AGMing for Cosmico, but Genisus now. I'm really interested to see
Eli. Surely
yeah, it had to be Eli. 2000 CMV, the highest ranked player in the whole of RSC. So Eli, you're going to be leading from the front, and you're so expensive. Everyone's going to be eating noodles in your org for the rest of the season.
Either that or great to have you, Eli. We just can't afford to play you.
Genisus getting to pick up Eli's brother, Dalton.
There we go. Oh, and he's doing well at 1805. Up and coming is Dalton. Very good to see there, Dalton playing in Master and playing for Genisus.
Can we run the numbers and figure out if Eli and Dalton can actually afford to play together with the salary cap? But 5BS joining Jeff at Cosmico. And 5BS is an interesting name because he signed up recently, but also a long-time campaigner in RLCS and Rocket League overall.
And been living overseas, been living in Europe for a while, back in South Africa, and very keen to grind the game. So huge to see 5BS out here. And Omnius pick up Mercury, who is on their RLCS roster, so it makes complete sense that they would pick up Mercury.
Well, they sort of have to because he GMs for them as well. So Unity
did not know that.
Unity electing to pick somebody to join Werty. Werty, a very, very strong leader, choosing Nitro to join him at Unity, and that is going to be an interesting team indeed, as we can start to see these partnerships developing.
Are we 100% sure it's Nitro and not Nwantro?
Nwantro. Chat, if we should call Nitro Nwantro for the rest of this time, please put a
one in chat. Nwantro.
Nwantro and Olympic. Have a look at those demos. 88 demos last season, and he is going to AZG. So Olympic, the most prolific demoer to ever have picked up the controller and played RSC, is now playing for AZG. And speaking of prolific, it is Lankai joining Friction at Death Cloud. So that is also very solid.
Oh, he's a great pick, and just a solid human being. So fabulous to see Lankai there in the mix, and well done Azura. I beg your pardon. Well done Death Cloud for picking him up. And just to go back a little bit, great to see Olympic. He's kind of getting on with real life. So great to see him playing here and being involved in the community. Another big player, big in the foot, is Bigfoot for Monarch Realm.
What's very interesting to see is Bigfoot 4th overall in total rank. And so Monarch going big with this. Zany now, already their marquee signing, you'd think, are going to go somewhere in the middle. And still plenty of names. Casper being picked up by Shadow Esports, which is interesting because he is contracted to WRG. So I can imagine the chat right now is going absolutely wild because that is a route.
Yo, WRG, you're like, okay.
And they're picking up now. Casper was certainly going to be picked. And I'm very interested to see that they choose Galaxy instead.
Galaxy is picked up by White Rabbit Gaming.
Oh, interesting.
Is this his first time in RSC? It must be. I mean, he's been around for years. That's great. Welcome to RSC Galaxy. Great to have you.
So Tweaks being picked first overall, finally getting to see who his partner is, as Ox Gaming are looking to pick up their second, and Tweaks not technically high, but being picked up by Technical Eagle as a partner for Ox Gaming. So also very solid.
Did you call him Technical Eagle?
Yes, I did.
I don't think I can say his name any other way now.
It has to be that way.
Technical,
do you know why I did? Do you know I did that?
Eagle.
Because I saw the I next to Technic, and then it should have been in front of the C, and I'm just making it opium now. But joining Technic Eagle is Freezy.
Could be Frozy.
Could be Frozy. Could be Frowsy.
But it is Freezy. As I do believe it is Freezy. 1735, 16 games in RSC, 19 saves, 56% win rate.
Death Cloud, Lankai Friction already chosen. Heatsy. Now this is a team that we got to watch out for because that is, I think Heatsy's already on the highlight reel for a couple goals in the RSC. Those guys are game breakers. So very interested to see Death Cloud Esports play. But Cosmico now with Jeff and 5BS, two very high ranked players, picking up Blade.
Blade, big pickup, such a legend. Came out of the high school scene, now plays in the university scene, played in RLCS, played for Unity. Excellent pick. That is the same Blade, right? Because he's normally Blade Killer. It has to be. In Master, it has to be that Blade.
It is that Blade, and it is that Apple Sauce going to Monarch Realm, joining Bigfoot and Lackstar there, which is also quite a team. Ravi, Galaxy, these are all, very, very good twos partnerships as well, you'd think. So WRG not getting Casper. It could have been a parental decision, but it is Teach finding his way to WRG.
TTV teaches. TTV teaches. 12 games in RSC, 18 demos, 50% win rate. Bang on. Halfway there is Teach. Zura Gaming, round 3, pick number 26.
Ooh, Breezy getting picked up to join Olympic and Devour. And Breezy and Olympic on one team is quite hectic. Devour rounding that one out, but Unity now picking up Sponsor Bubbas, playing for Unity. And joining Werty and Nitro.
High school champion out of Comic-Con last year is Sponsor Bobas. So nice, a big pickup for Unity.
And Clipsy joining Mercury and Douglas at 1840 CMV. That's a mid-ranger there, but quality player.
Very quality player.
Omnius doing a good job at selecting a rounded team. Now Shadow picking up somebody to join Zany and we Casper. They've still got Daps, Banana Cat, Tashao, Willant, but they go with Mojito. Mojito.
For a good time, call Mojito. He joined Shadow Esport, joining Zany and we Casper, and that is so good for Mojito actually. And that's one of the joys, particularly in Master, because the guys who are sort of making their way up to that sort of senior level get to mix it up with the big boys, which is awesome.
Well, LDC picked up by Genisus, and that's a very interesting one. I'd love to see this man's MMR because they are currently picking high, and at 70.95 that'll fit, but we'll be right back with the rest of these picks with a little short video introducing another org.
You build more than just teams, you build friendships. Well, I've been here since season 1 of RSC SSA. Was able to play with a few great players, meet a few new ones, upcoming ones. And I also know that Unity has been here for quite some time. With the community that Unity has, we are able to build, looking at players for the future. We do love to win, but we also love to have fun, and that is a priority.
Banger Genisus Esports in round number 4. And every time I see the name LDC, I think of that Warren and on the east side and the LDC. Anyway, I did that very badly. I'm sure it's Warren G, but anyway, whatever.
Speaking of LDC, it is now LORAX, Lorax going to Genisus Esports. And now to join Shadow with Zany, we Casper, and Mojito. They've got a bit of range now to play, so you can sort of expect a player from any side. Plenty of players still to pick. Zan, Max, Subzen, Legal of Voxy being picked. Fantastic pickup there.
And CP Zebra rates this guy, says he's got the makings of going all the way Legal of Voxy. So huge pickup there for Shadow.
Watching Edgeme destroy at AGC, I can see why they feel that way. Legal of Voxy was instrumental in that. But now, Omnius Gaming picking up Nuke to pick up the 4th position right there to join Mercury, Clipsy, and Douglas. So, Nuke.
Are we sure it's not Nuke? Are we sure it's not Nuke? Nuke! Listen, these names, it could be anything and anywhere. Unity, round 4 pick number 34, Amexi.
Right, and now that is a fantastic pick to join Unity, Wordy, Nitro, Sponsor Babas, and Amexi. They are picking low now to balance, but a fantastic player is Amexi. AZG now have already Breezy and Olympic with Devour, and they're going with Jerome to round that one out. So
take a moment, Jerome. Take a moment. He plays for Ox in RLCS.
Does he?
He does.
Now I know.
Or did.
Did or
duds.
White Rabbit going with Varate, joining Rabbit.
Varate in Master?
Yeah, man is good. Man's been clipping on everybody for seasons.
Man has been grafting. Well done, Varate, man. That is fantastic stuff.
Here we go to join Monarch Realm, Bigfoot, Lackstar, Apple Sauce. And they've got some CMV to play with, so you'll be interested to see they pick up Teacher, who in my mind is a fantastic pickup. He hasn't played in a while, but very good bang for your buck.
But he's a teacher. He shall learn and learn quickly. 19 games in RSC, 29 saves, 23 goals. Welcome back, teacher. Cosmico, get to pick next. Round 4, pick number 38. Zan, maybe? Vessel. There's a name I don't know. I do not know Vessel, but Vessel has been picked by Cosmico.
Vessel, we will know what game you have this season. But now to join Death Clouds, Lankai, Friction, and Heatsy. I feel like that is the starting third if they can afford them, is Tashao. And that is a very interesting pickup.
At a reunion, young reunion power player, big pickup for Death Cloud.
Heatsy is also reunion, if I stand corrected.
You don't stand corrected. You are indeed correct.
I am correct, and Serenity, the MVP for Master last season, goes to Ox Gaming with Tweaks, Technic Eagle, and Freezy. My apologies there, almost read Serenity's name twice.
And then on Ox Gaming, joining Tweaks, Technical Eagle, Serenity, and Freezy will be Max. Now, Max did me a big solid, which I spoke about on my stream on Monday, but fabulous to see him. Well done, Max. A big and good pickup for Ox. Also plays on their RLCS team.
Well, Death Cloud Esports going with Quaster to round it out in their 5th pick. Also, a long-running RSC player with a 60% win rate. Welcome to RSC. Welcome to Death Cloud.
Cosmico get to pick again in round 5. Pick number 43, joining Jeff, 5BS, Blade, and Vessel is gone be Willant. Another reunion powerhouse.
Looking to add to their already stacked roster is Potato with a Gun at 1930 CMV.
One of the legendary names, Potato with a Gun. We cast him just recently, did we not? We did.
Yes.
Potato with an M16.
Yes, there we go. WRG now to select Pandak at 1750 CMVs, joining Ravi, Galaxy, TTV Teach, and Varate. So we're winding down on Master, but there are so many good players here. Players not selected yet. Daps, Banana Cat, Savante, Scruffy even. So interested to see who gets picked. It is Zan RL.
Oh my God. I was just thinking like Zan hasn't been picked yet. I wanted to call him out. This for me, a player to watch out for, a player I wasn't familiar with, but suddenly I've seen in a few things, a really good player, and someone to watch for in the near future in Rocket League in the scene. So big, excellent pickup by Azura.
Let's see. Unity now to pick. They pick up Banana Cat to join Woody, Nitro, Sponsor Bubba, and Amexi. This is a fantastic lineup for the best org in the competition. Not because I play for Unity, but not at all for that reason at all.
Not to be confused with Pisankat, who is a player in this, who is a player in the scene. And Daps, what a legend, getting picked up by Omnius. Man, oh man, great player, great person, great pickup by Omnius.
Well, it's getting interesting now. Shadow Esports to select, and they've got a couple of names. Choosing Mithril to join them, 1735 CMV. He is a keeper pick. He is an AGM for them. So it was a foregone conclusion that he would join. And it must be comfortable knowing that you're going to be playing with, players, so you've got some picks before you. And Genisus now get to pick possibly another Eliakim's brother in Less Heart.
Less heart. Less heart, more
letters.
Guts. More guts. Okay. More vibes. Less heart, more vibes. Genisus Esports, 1735 CMV. And he joins Eli. No, was that Sorry, who picked up Leshart? It was Genesis, joining
Genesis,
Eli,
correct.
Dalton, LDC, Lorax, and Leshart. And then in round 6, they pick first, and they pick up Magic.
Absolutely magic selection there by Genesis. It is now Shadow Esports to pick. ZDW Casper, Legal of Oxy, Mithril, Mojito. They get Scruffy at 1905. CMV, fantastic player himself. Very sweaty player, seen him in action. So I'm sure he'll do just fine there. It is now Omnius to select. There's currently one top 10 left, one top 20, one top 30, and one top 40. And then we're done. They pick Cram to join them.
And he gets crammed into the Omnius roster. Oh, yeah, that was such a bad joke. Scratch that.
That was
Scratch that.
terrible.
Scratch that.
That was awful. I would like to issue a public apology to everybody watching here in chat. But right now, Ethan or Threethforen got picked up. Threethforen gets picked up by Unity Esports. Sorry, Ethan, we butchered your name. We know what you're trying to do there. Well done. Welcome to the RSC. Now, AZG getting to select. There are only 2 or 3 players left. Subzan, Redrum, Savante.
Solitude. Are they going to go with Solitude? That's my call here. Next pick for Azura, Solitude. Subzan out of EU. Good man. Great to have him here in RSC. Welcome to it, Subzan.
Well, only 2 picks left, and that is Redrum or Savante.
What about Solitude?
Savant. No, there's only 2 players. I'm telling you, he's here. You must listen. You must listen.
But Solitude hasn't been picked up, has he?
He could just be a PFA. We do not know, but it is
PFA.
Redrum. Redrum being selected for WRG. That means that Savante gets picked by Monarch Realm and Greybeard. I think that winds us up. I think that is everyone. I think we just picked everybody in the RSC.
But is there anybody old enough in the stream to know that Redrum is murder? Bante!
No,
Bante!
we do not know this.
Redrum is murder backwards.
Oh, I just know that Redrum is what's that? Red Heart Rum. That's
yeah. Well, you would go to alcohol, Bromeo. Of course you would, Mr. Shuey himself.
All
right.
Okay.
Monarch Realm get the last pick of Svante, and that at pick number 7 rounds us out for Master, which means we have picked up everybody in RSC Season 4. So we'll bring it all to a close at the end. But first, let's hear from our last org.
Not much gets done without people, and I guess community is people. In this game, without a community, where do we stand? Without it, well, I don't think we have a game. It strengthens the community by creating an opportunity for them to interact, play together. So that's how RSC benefits the community. I mean, with a strong community, Cosmico thrives, and we're in the business of Rocket League. So a strong community means the organizations thrive, and well, that means we thrive.
And that is pretty much the end of the preamble to the start, the proper start of RSC Season 4 in 2025. And we've had a banger of a lead up to all of it. And this will also be the first season where we are having a mid-season tournament that is going to be live and in person. A mid-season LAN coming up on the 4th of October in Stellenbosch.
Landenbosch!
Landenbosch! Hosted by PRG, set up by the legend, the growing legend that is Yuckles. And we are going to have ourselves an amazing time. So anybody who can get to Stellenbosch on the 4th of October, you will be involved in the in our mid-season tournament LAN. The Bromeo is posting a link into chat, which is pretty much a Google form to know, hey, you're interested in coming, you're interested in being involved, you're interested in helping. So over the next 5 or 6 weeks, we're going to be planning this and figuring out how we do it. But all we know for sure is that it is going to be all of us together in the same room, and we are going to have an astonishingly good weekend. So get yourself signed up for the mid-season tournament LAN live and in person on the 4th of October.
Guys, I cannot state this enough. I have posted a form in chat. It is also in the Discord. If you're interested in coming to the LAN in Stellenbosch, fill in the form. If you would love to come but can't afford to, fill in the form. If you live in Cape Town and plan on just waltzing through to this LAN, fill in the form. Because the more people we know who are coming, the more plans we can make. If we need to find out that we actually need to rent out a bus to drive all the way from Joburg to Cape Town with, little bottles ringing behind the entire flipping way, we can do that, and I'll be the first one to be on that bus. So if you are interested in any tiny way, it doesn't matter where you live, fill in this form. I'm going to paste it again, and you're going to accuse me of spam because I'm going to paste it twice, just so you can click on this form and tell us that you are planning or wanting to come to this LAN. It is going to be the biggest thing we've ever done. And you get to see all of us in person, because ultimately this is about community. This is about you guys. And this is about getting to meet you in person. All these people you've been teaming with for the last couple of years, you get to see them in person. You get to LAN with them. And big shout outs to Yuckles and PRG for making it happen. You don't need to bring a PC. You don't need to do anything. You just need to come. So fill in that form.
And if you think I'm a lot of fun behind a camera, you got to see me in person. So,
can vouch. He is kind of fun.
Get down there and let's have ourselves a time. And speaking about things to click on and fill in, our sponsor is Slayer. Our prize pool sponsor is Slayer, and you can directly contribute to inflating that prize pool if you pre-order and buy a case of Slayer, because for every case, 20% of the purchase price goes directly to the prize pool. 50 Rand, that prize pool increases by. So we want to sell as many of them as possible. There is a link in chat. Go and click there and buy for 250 Rand your case of Slayer. And I can vouch, I've been drinking on Slayers all night, which is why I desperately need to go to the bathroom at the end of the stream. Slayer energy. Play your part in increasing our prize pool. And don't forget our other big backer, sponsor, contributor, Genisus Extreme. They are our broadcast partners, and this stream, the way it looks, how smooth it runs is because of the work that they do in bringing this stream and all of the streams this season to you. And there we go, Bromeo. I think it is wild to think that we were conceptualizing all of this and going, what are we going to do this season? And here we are. We're kicking off season 4 of RSC.
Oh, we've done so many cool things already, and we haven't even played a game of Rocket League yet. So do not delay. Start grinding, because your RSC season is starting now. You have been drafted to the RSC. If you haven't been contacted already by your org, they will be soon. Get to their server. Start making your teams, meeting your teammates, because the preseason is starting very soon. It's starting next week, Monday, I think, or if I don't think it's starting tomorrow. I have to check. I don't want to be wrong.
Preseason starts on Monday.
Preseason starts on Monday, and that's when you'll start meshing with your team, playing against other teams in the league and seeing how you fit. So we're about to start this road together, you and I, and by you and I mean you, like you specifically right now. you.
And there will be, we'll try and have some streams during mid-season, but I beg your pardon, pre-season, but the next official stream is going to be the first week of league play on Thursday, the 28th of August. So diarize that right now, and we can't wait to bring you the action for season 4 of RSC. But Bromeo, I'll ask you, as I do at the end of every stream, have we covered all the important bits?
I feel like we've covered the dates, we've covered the drafts, we've covered the hype, and we've covered everything up until now. So thank you to everybody behind the scenes. Thank you for everybody watching. And most importantly, thank you to everybody who signed up this season, because it would not be possible without you.
And there we have it. We will bring this to a close. What a banger stream we've had. Thank you everyone who's been here, and the chat has been lively. It's been engaged. Good luck to everyone. Let's make this the best season ever of RSC. And from myself, Greybeard, Bromeo, Desolation in the background, along with Duploy and Silver and S Falcon and Rabbit, who were bringing us, who were working the back end of the draft, all the AGMs, everybody who makes this as amazing as it is. Peace. We're out.
They do not know the rising towers of Hillbrow. They do not know the sprawling suburbs of the north. They do not know the sweet sounds of isiXhosa, Afrikaans, Sesotho. They do not know our ways. They do not know our people. They do not know us. We are not waiting for permission. We are not asking to be seen. We are our own region. We are SSA, RSC Johannesburg, RSC Nairobi, RSC Saint-Denis. This is not just a league, it is a movement. 4 seasons deep, and we are only just beginning. We train on 200 ping. We grind through blackout. We fight through silence. And we win anyway. This is Sub-Saharan Africa. This is our fight. This is Season 4.